Good day, viewers. Welcome to yet another exciting session with us here at the Career Bistro. So today I'm Justicia Shupena, and today with me here in studio I have Mr. Herold Kazavanga, and he's the head of administration benefits at the Government Institution Pension Fund. Welcome to our studio, Mr. Herold.
Thank you, Madam Shupena.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
So let's dive right into our conversation. So tell us a bit about your educational background. Who is Mr. Herold?
Okay.
Just a little bit into your career.
Okay. Yeah. No, thank you. Herold, my educational background, graduated with a bachelor in business administration at UNAM, and that was in 2006. And in that same year, I joined GIPF as a temp data collector, and that was in September. So my duties was just to collect data of members and documentations and stuff for outstanding death claims. And then in 2008 June, got appointed as a administrator of processing. That was now a permanent position. And after the next year, in September, I became a senior processing administrator. And then in 2013, I became a head of benefits administration under the records and data division in the operations department. So that's basically my path in GIPF. Yeah.
That's great. So not only did you move from one step to another, climbing up like this into the corporate world of GIPF, you have also managed to reduce the benefit reserves at GIPF from 2 to 5%. So tell us a bit about that. Yeah.
In terms of the data reserves, this data reserve basically is money that GIPF put aside in case of any wrong data that might affect the fund negatively. So, and that data, that reserve is determined by the actuaries, consultants, and for them to determine a certain percentage, they look at the quality of the data. So, in our case now, we get our data from government or from our employers, and this data is coming all the way from when GIPF started, or from when the fund started. The fund started already, one would say, 1980, when that time it was administered in South Africa. So the data that we are talking about is coming from that way, and then GIPF started then in 1989. So the data is we get it from government, and this government, most of government ministries are not, they don't have systems where they store data, and most of this data is not clean. And when you heard from various media that there are some even ghost employees that are employed with government and so forth, so all these things affect our data. And in 1990, and most of the people also who came from exile, when they join employment, most of them or some of them did not have national documentations. Yeah, they were just joining government without documentations or proper documentations. So all these factors affected the cleanness of our data. Yeah. So we had a tremendous or huge task to clean this data, and for us to do this was by engaging all our employers in going around the country and engaging Home Affairs and just ensuring that our data is clean. And through those efforts, we managed then to bring our data at a respectable level. But we still have a long way to go. Yeah, but basically, is that what we need to clean the data and to reduce the data reserves.
All right, that's great. I think now I want to work with data as well. But everyone has challenges and they have achievements and throughout their journey of their career. Can you please tell us what are some of the things you enjoy at GIPF in this current role?
Okay, things that I enjoy in my current role.
Yes.
Okay, I've enjoyed my journey in GIPF from the start. As I'm stated, this is the only employer that I've worked for. So I know the in and out of the fund and its operations. So through this, and as I said, I was working, I'm in the same department throughout. And the good thing that I enjoy or like or cherish is that I know the rules because I've been there. I know in terms of the Pension Fund Act, the GIPF rules, these things has become like a Bible to me.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've, and people say that if your work is not like a hobby to you, then you are in a wrong career player. Yeah, and if you take a soccer player, someone who wake up, go and play soccer and get paid, I think for me my work is the same. It's become like a hobby to me. Yeah, I enjoy coming to work, and most of the things that that I enjoy in GIPF is the challenges. Okay, there's a lot of challenges. When you solve one, and another one is in front, so it's a never-ending challenges, and that keeps one alive and motivate a person and give you that passion to strive for success.
All right, so
Yeah.
challenges can drive you.
Yeah.
You have it by Mr. Herold, challenges can drive you. So you have a unique take on data.
Yeah.
So tell us what inspired you to venture into this specific field?
I didn't decide. It was by chance that when I joined GIPF, that was the position that I got. It's not something that I planned for. I just studied business administration, and when I joined GIPF, I was given that role, and obviously that role, the issue of data, in my case, is that it's just to ensure that. When we pay out benefits, we are paying out the correct benefits with the right type of data and the right of info. And also the issue of data is that all decisions that we make in whatever company you are is derived from the data that you have. So if your data is not in order, if you don't have proper data, your decisions will definitely make wrong decisions. And so the thing that motivates me about to clean the data, to have proper data, is the decisions that data will affect. Okay, so in case of GIPF, we have a database of around 120 members and so forth. Okay, so we need to make projections for the future to say how much funds do we need to sustain these members, and if these members resign, retire, are we able to meet our obligations? Okay, so if our data is not clean, we won't be able to make good or accurate projections in terms of the viability of the fund. So in our case, the main issue about this data, or the importance of this data, is for those long-term decision making. And if I can give you one example, is that like now in the life expectancy of something that we are picking up also has shifted a bit. People are living for a long time. Yeah, it's not like before when life expectancy was low. So in terms of GIPF as a fund, it means that now we need to pay out pension benefits for a long time. Okay, so for us to do that, then we need to have the correct data and make the correct projections. Yeah,
that sounds like a lot of paperwork and a lot of checking in and accurate numbers and all that. But I have one last question for you before we say goodbye to our guest.
Yeah.
So what are your future aspirations? Where do you see yourself in the next, let's say, 5 years?
Okay.
Yes.
As I said, my whole career has been in pension fund. So I want to see myself as an executive in the same industry, currently pursuing my master's in business administration. And so I want to propel this industry to a global stage within Namibia. So currently we are doing well, especially as now GIPF. Yeah, but for the future, I want to bring Namibia at the global stage in the pension fund industry.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So, if you have any last words for our viewers or youngsters that are out there, any words of encouragement to them?
Yeah, for the youngsters, what I want to encourage them is that is for them to work hard. Not only like in my case now, if I can give an example. Sometimes you finish your first degree. So for me, I decided not to after finishing my first degree, I decided not to study further for my master's immediately. So my plan was to rather work. Sometimes we when we get our first degree, we think that's all. Yeah. So but I encourage the youngsters to read. Your first degree is just opening for you the door, but for you to grow, you need to read. Yeah, immerse yourself in reading books, read about the industry that you want to follow, and grow within that industry. Okay. And lastly, the last motivation that I want to give is that, as we earlier said, look for something that you enjoy. Okay. There are a lot of people who are sitting in jobs that they are not happy with, and they are not doing anything to move to the jobs of their choice, or they themselves don't know what the job of their choices are. So I'm encouraging youngsters to find their passions and just work hard in those passions.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Mr. Herold say, read books regarding your field and make sure to find your passion, and that will put you at ease, and you would enjoy your work. So from me and Mr. Herold in the studio, it's goodbye until next time.
Thank you.
You know,